Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have one of these diamonds in the rough. His name is Daquan Bailey Brown. He's a wide receiver and return specialist out of West Florida. Nice to meet you, sir.
Likewise, nice to meet you.
So yeah, pretty shifty, fast guy out of West Florida. You got a couple other spots along the way, but certainly ended your college career there. Why don't you kind of walk me through this journey a little bit? First off, kind of tell me where you're from, like your hometown, and just kind of walk me through some of the spots that you landed at.
Okay, so originally I'm from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. I moved to Coral Springs, Florida, my junior year to play at Parkland, Marjory Stoneman Douglas in Parkland. I played there from my junior to senior year. I went off to go play at Dodge City Community College in Kansas from 2017 to 2019. My first year wasn't the best. I redshirted my first year, wasn't the best year. 2018, I was an All-American kick returner. And then 2019 was the year that was one of my best seasons. I then went off to commit to the University of Southern Mississippi. I was there from 2020 to 2022. I didn't see action 2020, but 2021 I played. I was more so of a punt returner. I didn't really see too much field. I didn't see too much action as far as receiver goes. Unfortunately, I had to leave because eligibility, like the whole clock deal. I didn't really understand that. But entered the portal. I was already being recruited from West Florida since 2019 from Coach Doolin. So it was I kind of felt really comfortable going there. I went there. I was listed as a wide receiver at first. I didn't see as much playing time as I wanted to see, so I made the transition to play DB. And yeah, man, I was returning kicks. I finished second in the conference. I was averaging 25.7 a return. I finished with roughly around 430 yards as a kick returner. Longest one was around 65. So yeah, that's basically my story right there. I mean,
nice.
I went JUCO. It was good, but ended up D2. I had fun. We went 12-2. We lost to Ferris in the third round. It was a tough game. It was like 30 degrees. But it was a good game, good journey.
It's not fair for Florida people to play in 32 degrees, but
I mean, I really wish the rankings were different because we played a really good game against a team called Wingate. Our defensive on the defense side of the ball, we had 4 touchdowns. So I'm thinking we're gonna get ranked a little higher. We were still ranked last, and we went to Michigan, and man, it was 30 degrees over there.
Well, hey, sometimes that's kind of how the seeding works.
Yeah.
Certainly West Florida, not a bad program. They're not too far removed from a national title themselves.
Right.
So it's kind of nice to be a part of those guys. Let's backtrack just a little bit so we can kind of fill in some of the blanks there.
Yes,
I do know, just with a little bit of research on my end that back in your high school days, you were a bit of a track guy. So
yeah, I ran.
Talk about that.
I ran the 1, I ran the 2, and then I ran the 4. The 4 was kind of one of my strongest races. I was a strong finisher. So when I was running track, I mean, I ran track even here in New Jersey. I was actually track's my first sport. So I kind of just winged it with football. I'm like, well, if I'm faster than everybody, I don't gotta get hit. I'll just keep running fast. But then I learned to love football. I learned to even like the hit too. You know what I mean? Like running down on special teams and stuff like that, doing what I got to do. So yeah. Track was definitely, I miss it, but football is where my heart's at.
Well, I mean, obviously two separate sports, with some different mindsets. I mean, obviously when you're on the field playing football, you gotta have to expect some hits. I mean, occasionally you might kind of rub elbows with some guys, and I know occasionally, dude, I've been cleated before, like as a cross country guy. So I mean, that's not fun at all.
Well, I was always in the front.
Happens.
So don't worry about that.
Yeah, as long as you're in the front, it's the other people that are gonna get it. So I completely hear you there. How do you feel your days as a track star really helped you as a football player? I mean, obviously a lot of that correlates when it comes to speed, but just kind of walk me through your mentality there.
So I think the biggest thing that stands out even on my film is like the form, the way I run. I feel like that's like one of the biggest things that really helped me succeed with football too, because obviously being faster than people is one thing, but when you have the form to put it all together, you know what I mean, high knees, like I'm running with high knees, I'm running like with really, really good form. So that's like literally separating me from, another receiver that is really, it could be really good receiver or a return specialist, but maybe he, doesn't pick his knees up as much. He doesn't think, running with more form and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think truthfully, I think with track, it being my first sport, I think it helped me significantly, honestly, because then I put myself in a category where I am one of those speedsters, and you got to take good angles to catch me because if you don't, I'm gonna score. So
Well, I mean, you got to use the abilities that you got to make some plays out there on the field. So,
yeah.
you kind of listed yourself there as an athlete that could do some DB. I mean, did you play that position in high school also?
Yeah, I did. I played just against like the athletes, just athlete against athlete. If they had like a fast guy, I just went and guarded him, and either if I was in the nick or at corner or something like that. So when I transitioned to playing DB at West Florida, I really was just like I put a lot of trust in my feet, you know what I mean? So like I said, it was showing my film, but I was just ready, man. It was something that I really knew I had to do because I felt like that made me more of a probable player going to NFL, Canadian League, wherever God takes me. So uh, definitely, I mean, DB was fun though, man. I love hitting. I tell you that it turned me into a different dog when I started playing DB. Man, I was playing a lot more aggressive. Obviously, not aggressive to hurt someone else, but I was playing to the point where I was very confident. I was smaller, than all the other receivers that I went against, but my speed always helped me, man, and being athletic always was behind me, so I was good.
Well, dude, one of my favorite players of all time really wasn't that big of a corner. He was just fast as hell. And he was able to run down people. So yeah, it's just again, you just kind of have to use the skills that God's given you.
Yes, sir.
Let's kind of move forward a little bit in your journey. Obviously, you said that you went the JUCO route. I kind of try my best to talk about people that go the JUCO route because certainly not for the faint of heart. Really test your will and your love of the game and all of that. Talk about that grind about what it takes to be a JUCO prospect.
Well, I'll tell you this: the JUCO's not for the weak. So whatever. If high school guys watching this, or someone transferring on JUCO, this route is not for the weak. It's for the strong. I went to Kansas, middle of nowhere. I remember getting off the plane. I had to get on a 6 man plane. Like it's literally 6 seats in the plane. I got off. I'm seeing tumbleweed. I'm like, man, I'm in the Wild Wild West, literally. Like I'm seeing like stuff I seen on TV whenever I clicked and turned it off. But I mean, it was a grind, man. I remember like I said, my freshman year wasn't the best. I kind of came in there a little big headed. I got to be honest. I want to be honest about that. I came in a little big headed, and there's a lot of dogs there, and I really got to teach myself, what it takes to be a JUCO guy. Before I started getting on my offers, my first offer is University of South Florida. Um, before that even happened, man, I was getting up at 6 in the morning. I was doing my own workout, going to school, going to the football workouts, and I'm doing it all over again for 3 months. But it really paid off. I was ranked top 15 as a wide receiver. I'm an All-American, and I also won MVP in my conference in the Jayhawk, which is preferably one of the best conferences to play in football. So, or in JUCO. So I mean, yeah, man, it was definitely something. It was a grind, man. I go by this slogan, 1,000 reps. That's like my slogan. Basically, what that means to me is I'm gonna do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? And like it was rough, you know what I mean? I had a lot of sleepless nights, blood, sweat, and tears, but it really paid off for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm a first generation college student as well. So it really helps me like it's more than just football for me, obviously. It's like, I did it for not just me, my family, and like I'm trying to, influence the kids to do something bigger than themselves as well. So it was really good. It was a good time. I liked it. It wasn't the easiest, but I loved every minute of it.
Sure. Well, certainly a character builder, where you kind of go out there and bust your balls and prove that you belong. And like you said, you turned out a solid season with an All-American accolade to yourself. And
Mhm.
just kind of want to talk about that. I mean, certainly being All-American's got to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
What do you feel is like, I don't know, what are you most proud of with your journey? Is it that accolade? I mean, kind of,
Honestly, if I'm be honest with you, I think the best thing that happened is that God didn't give up on me. You know what I mean? Like really. I really feel that. Like I feel like, man, my back's been against the wall all my life. I've been the smaller guy. I was always faster, but I was so small, and everyone always overlooked me and this and that. But one thing I had behind me is that I worked for it. You know what I mean? I worked for everything I got. And without God, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So honestly, I think that's it. Like obviously being All American is an amazing accomplishment. You know, I'm not taking away from that, but the fact that God gave me the opportunity, you know what I mean, to compete with a lot of big players and to stand out a lot against a lot of big players too. Because like I said, I wasn't the biggest, but like I was fast and I worked for it. So definitely just happy that God didn't leave me, you know. That's something that I'm really happy about.
sure. So you go Dodge City to Southern Miss.
Yep.
Certainly getting your opportunity there to play with the big dogs in the FBS.
Yes, sir.
Talk about some of the people that you were surrounded by during your time there at Southern Miss, and like
Um,
how they impressed upon you.
so one of the two, I'll talk about two players. So Frank Gore Jr. Obviously, he had a really good season last season. Man, when I tell you that that man knows how to make people miss in a short amount of time, a short amount of space. Listen, that NFL stuff that his dad put on him, that definitely shows on the field. But he's a tremendous leader, and I feel like I got to learn from him. And then Jason Brownlee, another NFL prospect right now as well. He had a really good season as well. Just seeing those guys, you know, perform every day and never hanging their head. That's something that I always wanted to take from them and like learn from them. But as far as the whole FBS goes, man, it was cool, bro. We played Alabama. I had like a 30-yard return against them. You know, I kind of got my name out there. I heard the commentators talking about me, which is kind of cool, saying I had some juice on me, and they were watching me pregame. So, I mean, it was definitely a journey, and I want to give a shout out to Coach Hall. You know, he kept me on scholarship, and he let me do my thing, and it was a blessing. Honestly, it was a blessing. It just was a blessing to me, honestly, because I knew I could perform at that big stage. So it was good.
Awesome. Well, certainly took that opportunity and got the most out of it. And then, of course, where you're at right now, which is West Florida, giving
Mhm.
you your last opportunity to go out there and put on some tape for some people. Talk about some people there that you're kind of surrounded by, and maybe some of the most impressive teammates that you had there at West Florida.
So West Florida, I guess one guy that sticks out, and we even kind of butt heads a little bit, honestly. But David Durden, we're both really competitive. And listen, David, he can run. Yeah, he can run. He's very very fast. He's very athletic. But he just had that dog in him, man. I've always been a competitor my whole life, and seeing someone that wanted to compete as much as I did, it was different. I never really had like that person that really was like that. We bumped heads at practice. We raced, we did everything together. But he was definitely someone really impressive. Pee Wee, quarterback number 7, 6'5", like 240. He was a competitor. He was at Iowa Central. He won Offensive Player of the Year there. So I mean, I was around a lot of competitors. I was around a lot of winners. I've never really won that much. I won 12 games this year. So, it was really big. It was really big step. But honestly, like I said, it was really good playing with them too. They're two people that I can honestly say that they really worked their butt off for where they wanted to be. And yeah, man, it was a great time over there at West Florida. I loved it.
Great. Well, obviously finishing strong with a very solid, win-loss record, and just kind of being a part of that, that program. Certainly something that I think is great. Obviously along the stop somewhere. I mean, I'm assuming that you got some kind of a degree under your belt too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. All right, so yeah, I got my first generation college student, like I told you. So I did get my associate's degree at Dodge City, and then I got my bachelor's degree at Southern Miss.
Nice. What'd you ultimately get your degree in?
Well, it's a basically general studies, but I have a concentration in family studies and special education. So, and kids are my thing. That's what one thing I probably want people to know about me, that I love kids. Like that's one thing I'm really, really good with. Whenever I'm fortunate enough to have one, I want to be a great father. That's one thing I can say that all my coaches that I played under, they've definitely, helped me become a better man. So, definitely happy about that. Like it's a blessing. You know what I mean? Like I love kids, man. That's my thing. That's my love. You know what I mean? That's why I want to be able to influence everyone I can, but preferably the kids. You know what I mean? So
Sure. So, I mean, hypothetically, maybe like 10, 15 years down the line, like what is that gonna, have you do? Do you have any expectations or goals after your football career is done?
Well, like I said, man, I'm gonna keep talking about the kids. Whatever I can do for the kids, you know what I mean? Like I wanna one day maybe open up my own gym. You know what I mean? I have a big platform on TikTok. So basically, like I post a lot of videos. I have a lot of kids comment underneath my videos. I think I have a video right now that's 5.3 million. And like I even have kids actually text me on TikTok, text me on Instagram, hey, how can I get better doing this? So, like I said, like the kids, I think that's something I just want to do, like no matter if it's, teaching or opening a gym, teaching them the things that I know. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I was put on this earth literally to just influence other people. You know what I mean? I never had people to do it for me, and for God to bless me to be able to do it for someone else. I think that's ultimately my goal.
Nice. So, at least from my perspective, one of the things that really separates you as a prospect is just a guy who's got that gritty, just never say die, like character, going to go out there and compete. And then certainly a guy with some speed. But is there anything more that you would add to that you feel separates you as a prospect?
And truthfully, I could just say I never gave up. You know what I mean? Like I also want to mention I got awarded Ultimate Special Teams Player of the Year in my conference. So I was running down on kickoff, I was running down on punt, I was trying to block kicks, I was returning the ball, I was trying to block punts, returning the punts. I was doing a lot of things. So basically, what I guess I can say is like, wherever, if I'm fortunate enough to make it far with my football career, or if a team takes a shot on me, I can just say that I'll do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? I'll do whatever it takes. If I have to run down on special teams to go hit someone, I'm gonna do it. If I can return the ball, I'm gonna do it. Whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Like I just want to. I have a purpose, and I feel like my purpose is to never quit. Because I mean, I have a lot of people that look up to me, and I feel like I owe it to them. I owe it to the people that feel like they couldn't do it. Because at a point in my life, I felt like I couldn't. So, you know, I just feel like I just had to keep going, and just never quitting. I think that's just it.
Awesome. So, uh, when you talk about some of those moments that you're able to have, is there maybe one in particular that sticks out the most for you, whether it's you out there as a wide receiver or taking a couple of those returns? Like, is there
Definitely.
one of those moments you could share?
Okay, yeah. So Fair State, we were losing, but like I was trying to get something try to make a spark on special teams. They kicked me the ball. I caught it, I'm running down, I make a crazy spin move. It's literally like I didn't even think I was gonna do it, but it just happened. And all I seen is green grass. I'm like, I gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. So I'm running as hard as I can. I didn't return. It was probably like a 60 somewhat return, but like just hearing the commentators, I guess, after talk about me, my coach is telling me like you're a really special player, don't give up. I think that's one of my most memorable moments. And if you don't mind actually sharing another one, if that's okay. Against West Alabama, I had my best special teams game. I ran down there on the first kickoff. I'm running down there with a full head of steam. I slip, I get back up, and I depleted him. I didn't even know I had that in me, but I really felt like, I mean, I knew I had it in me, but I didn't know it was gonna come out like that, man. I literally hit him as hard as I could, and like, I got up, I'm banging my head. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so hyped, man. It just felt so good because like I said, man, my back's been against the wall in my life. So like me getting those little, showing them little sparks, showing what I could really do. Like I just know I have potential to be able to play anywhere on the field. So it's like, obviously I love to play wide receiver in the NFL, but like truthfully, man, wherever I could be, like I'll play DB. I'll do anything. I'll do whatever it takes.
Well, there's certainly been some guys that they might start at one position and then depending upon need might go elsewhere. But I don't know. We'll figure that out when the time comes. So
Yeah.
certainly, at least from my perspective, when it comes to a guy who's mainly a return specialist, the two things that really help separate a guy is instincts and creativity.
Right.
How do you work on that?
Oh man, it comes natural, man. It comes natural. It's not something I have to usually work on. I mean, I've been playing football since I want to say my eighth grade year. And once I knew that I could just move around, and honestly, like it's just using my speed, bro. Just using my speed. That's all I got to do. I feel like when I use my speed and I run in a straight line, I feel like there's no one's gonna catch me. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna do what I got to do. And like I said, just like an instinct thing. It's not really something I have to prepare for. I feel like when you're a natural football player, I think it just comes natural. And I feel like a lot of people could say the same. So that's how I
Well,
feel.
hey, I mean, certainly there are some guys that do very well, make Hall of Fame careers out of them. I mean, probably the best special teamer all time, Devin Hester is the name that comes to mind for me. Is there a
Definitely.
personal favorite of yours that's currently playing, or maybe
Uh,
no longer playing in the league?
Well, Tavon Austin's always been like my go-to guy. I mean, I watched him every single day. Just the way he was creative with the ball, him being in the backfield, him being in the slot outside, the way West Virginia used him, man, it was awesome. So, that's someone I've always looked at. I love Tyreek Hill, just the way he just puts his foot in the ground and just goes. He just goes. And like one thing I learned from Tyreek is like just use your speed. You don't need to do all these crazy fancy moves. He just ran. You know what I mean? Like he ran past people. So I guess I just say Tavon Austin. I put Tavon Austin first and then Tyreek Hill second. That's what I like. I'll do that.
Nice. Definitely appreciated Tavon Austin and his run there for West Virginia. I was totally pulling for those guys that season until they came down with one loss. They were this close, man, to
Yeah.
even national title contention that one
Man,
season.
it's crazy, man. Football is just it's crazy how things like that can happen. But he had a really good run, and when he made it, when he was playing for the Rams, I loved him on special teams. Man, he was taking punts back, kicks. They were using him on the offensive side of the ball. So I feel like just kind of like Tavon Austin in a way. I feel like it could be literally dynamic in literally not every position. Well, yes, every position, but as far as offense and special teams, I feel like it could be someone just like Tavon Austin.
Cool, cool. Well, dude, let's go ahead and take a moment and not talk about football for just a couple of minutes. Tell me something about Daquan that maybe not everybody knows, whether that be your personal like hobbies or
Okay.
maybe anything else, something interesting that you want to share.
Okay, so a lot of people don't know, but I was actually on ESPN in 2018 for a backflip catch. I'm actually really famous for those things. So I'm at the park one day training. I'm like, yo, can you throw me the ball right here? I want to try something. I run like a 3-step slant. And I catch and I do a backflip. I didn't catch it the first time. I throw it a little bit higher. I caught it the second time. Like, record this, please record this. And ESPN hit me up. ESPN desk hit me up on Twitter, verified. I'm like, holy crap! Like, I can't believe this is happening. And they posted my video, and that's one of the coolest things. And then overtime, I'm always posting on overtime. They show a lot of love to me, which is cool. When either if I'm running routes, or if I'm doing another backflip catch, something cool like that. So I think that's something cool I do. But what I want people to know is that I love the Lord. Like I feel like the Lord without God, I wouldn't have made it this far. You know what I mean? Like I know I've probably been talking about that a lot, but that's just really who I am. I stand by him and he stands by me, and he's the reason why I made it this far. So that's one thing I want people to know about me.
Cool. So some backflip catches are certainly fun. Is
Man,
that is that something you like to do? Like whenever you get in, in that end zone for like a celebration or what?
Well, not necessarily, I guess not for that, because you got to act like you've been there, when you score a touchdown. So, maybe pregame's cool, but I mean, as far as like scoring touchdown celebration, I'm gonna hand the ball to the refs because I've been there before, you know what I mean? So, just take it how you get it. I'm not gonna, but it's really cool though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if I could ever send you a couple of videos, you'd probably be really surprised, because I'm not kidding when I tell you, I get up off the air. I mean, I did a front flip catch that no one even believes. They think that I edited the video the way it looks, because I literally got off the air. I did a whole front flip and caught the ball at the same time. So I mean, but yeah, whenever you get a chance, maybe I'll we'll talk again. Maybe I'll send it to you or whatever we can do. You can see
Well,
that.
I'm pretty sure, dude, if you talk to ESPN, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can
So
look, if you type in my first and last name, you put ESPN, it's gonna be the first thing to come up. It was awesome, man. It was like over 2 million people like the page. I was like, holy crap. I remember like my Instagram blew up, my Twitter blew up, and then it was just after that, man, it was just, I don't know, I'm just blessed, man. That's all I can say. I'm blessed. You know what I mean? I can do a lot of things that people can't do. I show people the backflip catches, like, how do you do that? I'm like, man, I'd be at the park training and I'd be like, let me see if I can do this, hopefully I don't fall. But and there's some bloopers here and there, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
well, dude, I can't do a backflip. I mean, I'm sorry. I just for the people that can, I mean, God bless you. Hopefully that you
Right.
don't get hurt doing it. But I mean, it's not like you're doing those things like in game mode. You're just kind of
No,
showcasing your athleticism.
I mean, maybe if we're beating a team, if we're beating a team by a lot, and I take a slant 60 yards, and no one's behind me, maybe our front flip, kind of like an Antonio Brown thing, maybe. But besides that, though, no, I'm not gonna do that in the game.
Oh
I get the
no,
cleat.
you get yourself killed. No.
Oh yeah, that coaches are not gonna like that.
Well, Daquan, it's been fun talking to you about your your career and everything else. But do want to close up shop here and really give you one last opportunity to talk to all of them scouts out there. Tell them why they're sleeping on you and why they need to take a chance on you at the next level. So go ahead and hit them with your pitch.
All right, so listen. One thing I want the NFL to know, or XFL, CFL, whoever may be listening, I'm a dog. You're gonna get 1,000% work out of me. I'm never gonna be late. I'm gonna be early to everything. I'm gonna give you guys my last and everything I can do to impress the team and just impress my teammates and help my teammates. I'm gonna be a great locker room player, and I'm gonna just take care of business. I know this is a business, and I'm gonna take care of it. So, if I get a shot, I'm gonna give you everything I got. Everything I got. I'm gonna give you everything I got. That's all I gotta say.
Cool. Well, Daquan, do wish you best of luck in this process. And I know you got a lot going on right now, training. So best of luck with everything you got going on in your life right now. All right.
Thank you. And likewise, I appreciate your time.
Sure. Once again, Daquan Bailey Brown, he's a wide receiver and return specialist out of West Florida. Definitely check him out.